had everything hooked up and you pulled away from your competitors. How was it from the driver's seat? Oh, their headsets.
I don't think they could hear us.
Their headsets aren't working. That was my greatest work, and they didn't hear it. You know.
That was a great lead-in.
That was. I'm going to have to repeat that as green flag is in the air for our Tag Master Division, getting underway for 12 laps in that group. And Mateo, if you can hear us, give us a thumbs up on screen. And now he can hear us. All right, Mateo Rubio Luengo, the winner of our Tag Senior Division. In the pre-final, looks like you had a pretty good battle. In the final, looks like you just put the race away early. How was the view from your seat? I think their mic's off right now as well.
Is it on now?
Now it's on. There we go. Live TV right here.
The view was nice, honestly. It was nice and beautiful. It's kind of dark skies, so I really got to admire the track. You know how it blends in, and yeah, it was a beautiful view.
Now, obviously, you had some rain or some wet conditions for the, I think it was the KA race that you were in. You were saying about it being cloudy. Do you prefer this in the clouds, or would you prefer a full sunny day out here?
Honestly, if it's a sunny day, but like it's not like 100 degrees, I don't really mind. As long as it's not over 90 degrees, I'm fine. Because then the track gets hot, the engines get hot, and things start to break, and just it's no fun. But as long as everything, is it drizzling again? But as long as it's not above 90 degrees, I'm fine with it.
Well, that probably means we'll see in March, I think, weather-wise.
I start to break if it's over 90 degrees outside.
Mateo, who do you want to thank for helping get you to victory lane today?
So I gotta thank my team, WRS. I gotta thank Liqui Moly. I gotta thank my teammate Michael Suko for giving me gaps and just letting me know on the distance behind, and just honestly everybody that supported me to this day, my family and all of them.
All right, well, congratulations, Mateo. If you'll pass the microphone over to your associate, I believe it's Callan Spears. So, Callan, how was the view from your seat for this 12-lap final?
It was a pretty decent view, except for the fact that this one was in front of me. I would prefer not to see that. But overall, fun race. I had a good battle with Zach Frank there for a little while, and overall, just fun race.
Well, we got some action on track. One cart just went through the cut through the S's, way away from your vantage point. Callan, what would you have needed to be able to get up and battle with Mateo in this final?
I don't know. I mean, it was the start was iffy. It could have been better, but I feel like if I had him more off the start, I would have had a little bit more of a chance. And that's overall, his tires kicked in towards the end, and mine started kind of going away. But I mean, overall, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll see what happens.
All right, well, we will look forward to hopefully seeing both of you on track in tag action tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, thank you, Callan, and congratulations, Mateo Rubio Luengo, our tag senior winner.
Hopefully we got that on replay. That was, I believe that was Eugene Panenko.
So we got one going slow by our vantage point, but you're right. Now, the marshals have to make a statement about that. He just drove straight through the blue striped areas.
I hope that wasn't Jose Garcia.
So our top two are scored as Eugene Panenko and Brant Estes. And so, Will, what would the marshals do in that case? Because it looked like one cart just said, I'm not turning.
Well, that was the leader.
Here's the replay. Panenko just sails it.
And he gained a position through there. He can't do that. Yeah, because he left the other driver left the lane. So.
Boy, and he was dirt tracking when he came through
and
that
the thing is,
paint.
Eugene went through that. Well, we call that Rainbow Road. He went through there. He still had plenty of track in front of him, and he just dived through there. I don't know if he was just flinching or what.
And they just had some contact right in front of our vantage point. So Estes and Panenko leaving no stone unturned.
I mean, if I was Estes, I would just play careful because Eugene's probably going to get penalized for that.
Well, we will see. We don't know exactly what the marshals see and judge upon.
And it looks like the rain is starting to come back down. So this is going to be a factor.
Looking outside, you're right. The bottom of the clouds starting to get a little fuzzy. Don't know if it is. Yeah, you can see that the line starting to narrow up as it gets wet.
Now, the track still looks like it's in okay condition. So hopefully these guys can get through this race. And not trying to bring any juju on here, but you can start to see some of those raindrops starting to come down a little bit.
And unlike earlier, we're starting to see some echoes on radar. Earlier was really some of that.
Estes to the inside. Or I guess that's the outside.
Oh, look out. Estes goes around. So definitely wet there through turns 3 and into 4. Then he has to wait for a couple of other carts to go by. That was third place Todd Shambo and Bill Strempel.
Oh, man.
Now we have to figure these drivers are out there on the slicks as the Panenko getting a little bit saucy there coming off the S's.
All Brandt had to do was just keep it on track. I don't know what they're going to do with Eugene, if they give him a time penalty or if they give him a position penalty.
So if it was a time penalty, then he has to race to beat the band because he just wants to have enough to, as they're halfway through.
You're supposed to yield any spot that's gained when you do something like that, and he never yielded because he gained a spot by doing it, and he didn't yield.
These drivers, though, don't have a receiver system where they can hear from race control.
So race control can't just tell them what's up.
Everything is post-race.
But he should have, after he did that, he should have just given Brandt the point by.
Like a gentleman's agreement thing.
Well, just to not get a penalty. But since he never did, he will get a penalty.
So we will try to watch that. We don't know what's going to happen as we're in deteriorating conditions. Ooh, you can see third place there, Bill Strempel. Oh, and then he spun it on the exit of the corner. So
that might have given a podium spot back to Brandt.
Boy, you could see him. He got wide, and then it just...
Oh, no, that's Jose Garcia got around. So that gave the spot to Jose. Brandt's going to be just behind Jose.
Well, that's for now. Everything could be turned.
And that was Jose that spun during lap 1, so he's managed to claw his way back into a podium spot right now.
Okay. So Todd Shambo had just gone by in second. He is 5 seconds behind Eugene Panenko, and about another 5 seconds back to Jose Garcia. We'll have to see if the conditions continue to deteriorate or will the miss stop as drivers having to, like they're on ice out there, make their way around this 16-turn facility.
Right now, the field has spread out a decent bit. Yeah, the closest battle right now on track is the battle for third and fourth. Jose Garcia's got about a 2.5-second lead over Brandt Estes right now.
And that may be the battle on track here.
And that's what we're looking at because that looks like Jose's helmet.
You're starting to see some moisture on our drone, just another indication that the air is moistening up quite a bit here.
You need to do something to
We
be
still have
able
laps
to
to go.
see your heat.
That is Jose Garcia crossing the line, followed by Brandt Estes. They're running third and fourth. A little further ahead of them is Todd Shambo. In the last race, we had talked about his daughter Brooke finished 7th in the tag senior race. Now Todd currently scored in second in this race, and we'll have to see is second good enough. Will depend on what the marshals do. We don't know if those penalties, where they'll be applied in relation to when driver interviews might happen as well.
Yeah, we're going to have to see. Because, it's going to be how they finish for the interviews. We're not going to know until they and maybe I'll just go stick my head into timing and scoring and see what they say.
Can go give them a what's up, but we will see as our leader, Eugene Panenko, sweeps by the start-finish line now. So our second, third, and fourth still back in turn 16. So Panenko continuing to pile on the pressure, now 6.2 seconds ahead. You could even see Panenko when he went through that Rainbow Road, how loose he was coming off. And he got loose later. We caught just a glimpse of it coming off the
Well, you
S's.
could definitely see the shade of gray is starting to get dark on track. So it's definitely picking up a little bit of moisture right now. Certain parts are gripping better than others.
Tends to be how it is. If it's just the wind direction sort of sweeping the moisture in, some parts might get a little bit more wet. Some might be shielded by a hill or some trees.
But look at this. Brandt Estes reeling in Jose Garcia. We're going to have a two-car battle for third place.
So Brandt Estes running right there in.
Yeah, he has tightened that gap down tremendously.
Looking to get back on the podium. Has to get by Jose Garcia to get there as they see the 2-to-go signal.
Yeah, Jose's going to make himself as wide as possible these last 2 laps.
That last time around, Panenko about a half a second slower than Todd Shambo. So we don't know if Panenko might have been drifting in some spots or if maybe he's easing up a little bit just to try to, keep the cart headed straight.
There's only 0.3 of a second separate these two on our screen right now. That's Jose Garcia in front, Brandt Estes behind right now. Brandt trying to make the move. He looks to the inside. Oh, he's got to dip it back in.
Yep, thought better of it there.
This is for a podium position here. This is 3rd and 4th place. Whoever gets it gets on the podium. Whoever doesn't goes home empty-handed. And right now, Brandt started the race second just behind Eugene. All he had to do was just hang on and stay with Eugene. Ended up spinning out trying to race Eugene. Lost 3 positions. Then Todd Shambo spun out. Or not Todd Shambo, Bill Strimple spun out. And that gave 1 position back. That's what put Jose right now in 3rd place. Jose also spinning on the first lap.
So they sweep up the hill once again past our vantage point, which has become an unexpectedly exciting portion of some races this afternoon. You can see that dark line and just a little bit of dryness on the back straightaway. We see one mass move. Brett Estes looks to the inside, cannot make a pass, so he is running out of road for his way to the podium.
And he has just over 1 lap to get this done to try and make it to the podium. As they make their way through turn 14, that big blind sweeper, as they crest in the hill. One of my favorite places to drive and to watch people pass on track.
So already he has crossed the checkered flag. Eugene Pineco unofficially picks up the win. Todd Shambo in second. Jose Garcia holds on for third. And then it is Brandt Estes coming home in 5th. Last cart around should be Bill Stremple for 5th place.
And I gotta learn how to read this thing. I keep thinking there's 1 extra lap left on there.
Well, where it says 12, that means they've done 12 laps.
I thought they were on lap 12.
I think it's finished.
Yeah,
Well, it could be the metric system. We don't know. So unofficially, Eugene Pineco sort of sweeps the day in our Tag Master division. We will see.
We're going to have to see. I might go stick my head into the
Yeah, if you will do that, I can set the stage because coming
up
there is our final finisher, Bill Stremple, Ian Drennan coming by to round out our field. The next race you will see, fans, will be our Kid Kart division. We will use this camera, and then we'll do a standing start. Kid Kart, the youngest division here as part of our competition for drivers age 5 to 7. Basically, think a kindergartner or a first grader out there on track. There's 2 different divisions, the Kid Kart Comer division, the lightest and lowest powered division we have, and then we have our Kid Kart LO206 division. In racing earlier today, we missed it as we were over at the main track. Alex Schomer picked up the win in the Comer division. They'll use a standing start just so they don't have to focus on tramways and being in line and maintaining speed. From a stopped position, the marshals can get the field lined up and get a fair, even start for all competitors. When we have shifters, they do a standing start, so they have to fully exercise using first gear in the gearbox as well as using the clutch. Once shifters get going, they no longer need a clutch. They can just sort of blip the throttle and shift, much like what you'd call power shifting in a street car. So we will await those results. Meanwhile, eyes turn towards radar. There is some light precipitation moving in from the west, and it might be here now as we had some mist, but now the see that side. And I think this side or in the wet, make them look down to the end to get Alex seems to head down. Will a great battle of Schomer